Welcome to Tiny Tales channel, Peter Pan. Once upon a time, in the big city of London, lived the Darling family. They had 3 children. The oldest was Wendy, the middle child was John, and the youngest was sweet little Michael. The 3 siblings shared a room and loved listening to bedtime stories together. Every night, Wendy would tell her brothers bedtime tales. Their favorite story was about a boy who could fly and never grew up, Peter Pan. One night, they heard a strange noise in their room. It sounded like someone was right outside the window. Wendy walked over to see, and she couldn't believe her eyes. It was really Peter Pan, and right beside him was a tiny, glowing fairy named Tinker Bell. Peter looked surprised, but cheerful. "Wendy," he said, "I've heard your stories. The Lost Boys love them. Will you come to Neverland and tell them stories too?" Wendy was shocked. "But I can't fly," she said. Peter laughed. Tinkerbell sprinkled a little bit of fairy dust, and Peter said, "Just think happy thoughts. That's how you fly." And just like that, Wendy, John, and Michael began to float. They flew right out of the window, soared through the stars, and followed Peter Pan all the way to Neverland. Neverland was a magical but sometimes dangerous place. There were talking animals, fairy villages, hidden caves, and most importantly, the Lost Boys. Peter Pan was their brave leader. Together they played games and went on wild adventures. But not everyone in Neverland was nice. One of the most feared characters was Captain Hook, a very mean pirate. Long ago, he had lost his hand in a battle with Peter Pan and replaced it with a sharp hook. Ever since, he hated Peter more than anything. The one thing Captain Hook feared most was a giant crocodile. This crocodile had eaten his hand, and now it wanted to eat the rest of him too. You could always hear the crocodile coming by the tick-tock, tick-tock sound because it had swallowed a clock. Wendy, John, and Michael had the time of their lives with Peter and the Lost Boys. But one day, Captain Hook captured Wendy and her brothers. He took them to his pirate ship, waiting for Peter to come and fall into his trap. But Peter Pan was clever and brave as always. Tinkerbell warned him, and Peter rushed to the rescue. He snuck aboard the ship, freed his friends, and faced off with Hook in an epic sword fight. Swords clashed, ropes flew, pirates shouted, but in the end, Peter Pan won. When Hook heard the tick-tock sound of the crocodile, he got scared and jumped into the sea to escape. After the adventure, Wendy, John, and Michael realized they missed home. Peter Pan looked at them sadly. "You're going to grow up, but I never will," he said. Wendy hugged him and whispered, "Peter, we'll never forget this journey." Peter then flew them all the way back to London. Their parents were overjoyed to see them safe. Peter Pan stood at the window and softly said, "Maybe one night, when the moon is bright and the wind is just right, I'll come back." Then, with Tinkerbell glowing by his side, he flew off into the stars, just like he did that very first night. Peter Pan never grew up. He became a symbol of childhood joy, imagination, and freedom. And Wendy, she grew up, but she always carried Peter Pan in her heart, because some memories never grow old. Don't forget to subscribe to Tiny Tales.